Well, I'm known as the grumpy blogger. I'll gripe and complain longer. Please do me the adieu and kindly view me on YouTube.
Okay, well, I'm here, guys. It looks like it's still not got there yet for you guys. Yeah, okay. Turn that down and bring this up where I can see it and bring the chat where I can see it. And uh, okay, can you guys hear me? You finally got sound? Wow. So everybody can hear, right? Okay. Uh, anyways, guys, uh, hello, Brandon Rain. Let me see if I can do this. All right, there we go. Let me start at the top and move on down. Hello, Jim at Above and Beyond Drones. Uh, Art at Arco Drone Solutions. Brandon Rain. Chris Hope, Drone Strikes LLC. Oz by Drone. Phantom Hodges Drone. Rick Halber, Steve Mack, and Tater Rogers, Thunderbird 6, and myself. Okay. Well, not a big crowd tonight, but we'll take what we can get. So I am perfectly happy to do this. Plans kind of changed at the last minute, and what I thought we were going to do uh, ended up not happening. So, and obviously, I guess you guys can hear me, right? Uh, yeah. Okay, you guys, yeah, my health's okay. It's not great, but it's okay. So, uh, hey, Greg,
Hey Lloyd, can you do me a favour? Can you turn up your hearing aid? We can't hear you.
you can't hear me at all? Why is that? Audio microphone. You can't hear? Well, it shows it's putting out. Hmm. I wonder what's going on there. Uh, really? Because I can hear and it shows it's broadcasting. Let me see. I mean, listen. Okay. There is. Yeah. Okay. It's putting out. All right. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. I think Greg was giving me a hard time. All right. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I see that now. I figured it out that he's pulling my leg. About chat. Okay. Thanks, Greg. Yeah, we can I turn up my hearing aid? We can't do right over the top of my head, folks. Oh, Lord have mercy. So here's what I was going to do. I got, turn myself down. I don't like listening to myself that much. Anyways, what I was planning on doing was, let's see, I got to get all these lined out and live chat. I was going to have some of you guys come in, but uh, first I was hoping that Mel was going to be here in time, but he called me. Yeah, he. I totally fell for that. But anyways, and obviously I didn't have my start and stop commercial and all that going like a lots of lag. Really? I'm showing green on mine. Anybody else receiving lag? Because it's showing it green right now. And anyways, I may not use this for much longer. Zoom. I may decide it's just not worth it. But it, you know, it's an idea. So here's the deal. I was supposed to. You guys have probably seen. If you haven't, maybe you've seen. Thanks, Greg. Yeah, I don't have Alzheimer's. I have old timers. Boy, that's true. All right. above. It must be you, Tater, that's getting the lag, because everybody else says it looks and sounds good, and I'm so. Oh my God! I just keep walking into it. Hello, Cardosa Media and Apollo's Grace. All right. Hello, Paco and crew. Which I didn't play the theme song because it didn't go right, but anyways, hopefully it will. First time you're seeing a comment to your reaction, it's no longer than normal. Could be lag, or it could be you're running on one less cylinder day. That could be true too. But and Eastwind Farms, welcome. Glad you showed up. So, anyways, what I was going to talk about was the I was going to talk about that new drone app, but I'd hoped to have Mel here and that new DJI drone app, drone to phone app. I was going to have Mel, and he was going to have somebody come in and talk to us about it. But Mel got roped into helping somebody find a phone, so he's out shopping and he's running late. So, and thus I don't have my guest. So what I thought I'd do, if somebody would like to come in that knows about that, because I watched Ken Dono Original Adobo's stuff. Yes, pick on Grumpy Day. Boy, that's the truth too. Anyways, I watched Ken Dono's video on it, and he had some good points. He had some that it doesn't affect me, other than the fact when the new law kicks in, if they decide to pass it, it could affect me as a hobbyist. And so that's, this whole new, there's a lot of other ways they could do it. And they could just make a little chip that we stick on our drones and it's registered to us. And it sends out either through our phone signal, and they can track us that way if they need to. We pay $5 a year for the renewal of the chip, per drone. And that would be a good idea. I don't know if they'll do that, but anyways, what do I know? I'm a vlogger. So, but let me see if I can get this to work right. If anybody would like to join tonight, just go to zoom.us and it'll say join meeting. When it asks for the meeting ID, type in 907-176-296. And the password is Area 51. So if anybody would like to join the Zoom meeting, and I better check because I left Mel hanging there last time but it's supposed to let me know when somebody comes in. So, all right. So also, talking about drones, I've got some, I'm going to leave this up here for a little bit so you guys can see that. But I do want to talk again. I'm getting, each day I gain a subscriber, and then I fall back one or two, but I gain 2 or 3. So anyways, when I hit 800, I'm giving away this right here. Now, it won't have that background. It's supposed to be green, but this is the QX65. It's a micro FPV racing drone, and not just the drone. I'm also giving away the FlySky controller. Okay, that's when I hit 800. So, and when I hit 800, I'll announce. Jim said he fell. Welcome, Jim. He fell asleep waiting for my show to start. I about fell asleep waiting for it to start. But anyway, so share this out with people. Let people know I'm out here. I've got some working on some other stuff in the background, um, dealing with my presidency, or my run for the president. So I have some more stuff coming out about that. And hello, Ron Lockwood. As I said, anybody would like to join, feel free to jump in, and we can. And a free Ginzo knife. Yeah. I don't know if I'll go that far. I don't know if I could. Do they even sell those anymore? I don't know. That little drone would. Well, if you guys haven't seen it, it's, I don't know, a video I either did on Friday. I think it was on Friday, in which we were waiting on the package had arrived, and I opened it up, and Judy says, here we go. There we go. There is Art. Okay. I'm not alone now. Okay. Art, you know you're in here, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Good. Good.
All right. Let me. There
Yeah.
we go.
Yeah.
There we go. Now
gets a little disconcerting when
yeah, it does.
you're listening to that, and yeah. So, but anyways, when I opened up that package, Judy says, "What is that?" I said, "Well, that's that drone I've been waiting on from Rick Halber." And she goes, "Oh, is that all the bigger it is?" So when it comes to drones, I guess size matters, at least when it comes to the women.
Oh, oh,
Yeah. Yeah. So, okay, I'm going to take this off for a minute. So,
take it off. Take.
no. The thing overhead. I'm not taking. No, keep your clothes on, Art. We're not rated for that. And Mr. Rick Halber is. Now they're coming up with stuff like the Floby haircuts. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Is this turning into one of those infomercials? Maybe that's what I should do. Start running infomercials.
Yeah, there you go.
That's what I'll do. I'll start running satirical infomercials,
Yeah.
But so, Art, what's going on in your world today? One of these days he's going to fall out.
What came in the mail the other day?
Ooh.
I got a drone that I got from propertyroom.com, and this is gonna be my next giveaway. So I will do a video, and I'll probably say when I hit this number, blah blah blah, I'll give that away or something like that.
Well, Lon Dennard is out there, and Lon, I was going to have you come in and talk with Mel, about this. But if you would like to come in, let me put that information back up.
Yeah.
If you go to zoom.us and click join a meeting, then click then put in that meeting ID 907-176-296, and then put in the password Area 51. And you can come in and maybe we can talk about, because I understand you have some information or some stuff to talk about the remote ID and what DJI just announced in a video this week. So Tater wants to grow a mullet. Why does that not surprise me?
I don't think that's something you grow. I think that's something you just.
It just happens.
It just happens. Like
yeah,
Lloyd's finally shaved, which looks good.
Yeah, the boss told me I had to. Yeah.
Drone Strike wants to know if I have flown a Tello. Yes, I have, and love it. It's a great little drone, and it's actually a really good drone for first time flying. Someone who hasn't flown a drone,
Right.
that's a good little drone to fly around. It's got a pretty darn good camera for a toy drone, and yeah, it's stable as heck.
Yeah, that's what I've understood, and seen a lot of good, for a startup drone. It's probably the best startup drone out there, just for a beginner.
Mm-hmm.
And but anyways, like I said, if anybody else wants to come in, just let's see.
Kind of save the sinking ship here.
Yeah, pretty much. What is this in video?
I don't know.
Ah, there we go.
Don't
push me back on full screen.
Ah, there you go.
All right. Unpin video. Whoops. And we'll go to gallery view. I don't know if that did anything in the actual video or not, but I'll look at it in a second because there's so much lag. But yeah, it does. But it just stayed up there for a second. There we go. Yeah. Okay, that works good. But yeah, it's a sinking ship tonight because, well, I don't have my co-host. Well, you've been co-hosting about as much as he has lately, so
yeah, pretty much.
And I didn't get to co-host with you yesterday, so
yeah, that's right. I was out ice fishing and cold
I'd have probably known that if I'd have watched your show Saturday, but I fell asleep.
Oh boy. Yeah, but it was nice and toasty.
Why am I at 720? The reason I'm probably at 720 is because of Zoom. Although it should be putting out, I'll have to check the settings, but it should be putting out at yeah. I don't know why it does that because I think it's supposed to be 1080, but it may be because I'm using Zoom.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, because I have everything set up, everything else set up for 1080, but oh well.
Ron, just go to Zoom and get that.
Just go to Zoom.
Yeah.
Zoom.us. Let me pin my so you can see that again. That'll put me up in the forefront. Just go up here.
Yep.
Yeah, put in that ID number and then put in this password, Area 51. Okay. The ID number is 907-176-296.
8675309.
You cracked me up, Art. Whoops.
I was going to use my that snap camera, make funny faces.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah.
Here's something, and I don't know if that's what, but I noticed that Claude put out a video today, and he's supposed to be doing a live tonight.
Right.
Because somebody apparently has hacked into him, and I'm just wondering if some of those programs like that, SnapCam, aren't responsible for some of that.
Ooh, yeah, that's interesting.
Because he uses all that stuff.
Yeah.
Now
that's where I got the idea from.
Yeah. Well, now he's got problems on his channel, and so that was just a thought that crossed my mind. So
I don't think it's that. Anyway.
Oh, there's old guy in a drone.
Yeah. Hey, Mitch.
How you doing, Mitch? Oh, that's yeah. It's Area 51, Ron.
Yep.
So, anyways,
Do run.
and Mr. Steve Carpenter and Carlos is in.
Steve Carpenter and Carlos.
Yeah,
is here.
yeah. Oh man, this is one of them days. Actually, everything was working fine. The only problem I was having was I tested this and figured out what my problem was, and then when I found out I had no sound. Oh, there is Mr. Ron right there.
There we go.
Hey, Ron, how you doing?
Hey, Lloyd, how are you?
I'm good. You know, just kicking back, relaxing. I thought Mel was going to get here, but he didn't make it today, or he's at the phone store with Tammy, so that could be a all evening ordeal.
How's your little buddy?
He's good. I got a call tomorrow in between. I have an appointment in the morning and Judy has one in the afternoon. And so sometime in between those two, I've got a call and set up to take him in this week to get his 6 weeks x-ray.
Oh, okay.
So
cool.
He's due for his first x-ray.
Lloyd, how did you say to, like, the only person I see now is you. I knew you said up in one of the
up there
corners.
In the right-hand corner.
Oh.
It'll say speaker view or...
there we go. Now I got all three people.
There you go.
Okay.
Now I do want to make sure that it's that way. Yep. Okay. Yeah. So what you been doing, Ron, other than working?
Since I got back working, it's going to be that. I'm going to pay the price of going on a little vacation. My partner was telling me tonight, I think it's like every 2-year or 4-year cycle that everything hits at one time. And there's so much excessive training and education and stuff that I got to do. And I'm going to be home 2 or 3 days in the next month. That's it. I'm going to be here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It's unbelievable. So that's what I'll be doing.
Everybody's checking their phone. Is it mine or must be Arch or Ron's?
Not mine.
Oh, okay.
Art,
how was the ice fishing again?
Didn't catch anything.
Dude, come on.
Yeah, it was one person.
Well, how long did it take to dig the hole to put the boat in? I know I'm stealing Mel's jokes. I'm empty here, guys. I just have nothing to do. You only go ice fishing. I mean, I remember when my dad used to do it, and everybody. The only reason they went ice fishing so they could, drink hot toddies, warm up the schnapps and.
Yep, there you go.
Yep. That's the only reason they ever went. I don't ever remember my dad catching anything.
They do it up here quite a bit. These crazy people will drive their pickup trucks.
Oh yeah.
Till April, May, out on the ice and like that. Not me.
Well, the ice is so much thicker up there.
Yeah.
Yeah. It gets pretty thick where you're at, Ron. So
yeah,
it's probably like a foot deep.
Oh, at least. I bet you.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah. Minnesota, boy, they go hog wild on ice fishing.
Yeah.
They got these shanties with bunk beds and the little propane stove.
Oh yeah.
They're like little vacation homes.
To watch TV. Yeah.
They're like little vacation homes.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Because some of those guys are just that dead serious about it. That's what they every day they've got a chance, they go out there on the ice. It's just I enjoy fishing, but I'm not going to do it in the wintertime. Of course, we don't have any ice here in Oklahoma unless it's hanging from the trees. and it's breaking branches. We have ice storms, but that's about all the ice we get, you know.
Yeah.
You get the other stuff in the summer, the tornadoes.
Yeah, we do get tornadoes, you know.
Mhm.
You know, and I'm a typical Okie. When the tornado warning goes off, I walk outside to see where it's at.
Yeah.
You know, it's just I forgot who I was talking to about dealing with tornadoes and stuff. It's just like I'm used to it. I mean, I'll be the first one to tell you, when I first moved here, I was scared. First tornado that we knew was coming close to us. I had still living at my mom and dad's house at that time. I'd just gotten out of the service and came out here. And this guy comes beating on the door, and we heard the sirens going off. Well, my folks had a Frady hole underneath their house. And yeah, it was built up with cinder blocks, and then the house was built on top of it because the way their land was made, or it was, you know, sloped. So it gave us a good place to hide underneath.
Mhm.
Well, my parents were both in their 60s, you know, and it's like, okay, yeah, I can. I was getting them up, getting them dressed, and, you know, the guy beat on the door, saying, "You got a tornado right over there. You need to get hiding." Okay.
Oh,
So,
boy.
and my dad, you know, slow, old, poking along. I run out, I get the door open, I come back in, and he still hadn't made it to the steps yet.
Right.
I said, "Okay, I'm going under. When you guys get ready, just come on down. You guys are old. I still got a lot of years yet to live."
Yeah, there you go.
That kind of put a little, it pissed my dad off, but it put a little fire in his burner, and it got to moving.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was just like, "There's just a tornado." Yeah, but this is my first one, Dad. You grew up with this crap.
I remember my first one. Remember my first earthquake too, September of 2011 in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
It went from, what was it, around DC all the way up to the New England states.
Yeah.
And yeah. Yeah, it was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
That
Well,
was right before I moved to California.
I was in a 6.9 earthquake in Japan.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a room shaker. Right
Yeah.
there.
And then some.
Everything shaking.
We were having some that were running close to 5 or a little over 5 that here in Oklahoma, which the first time it happened, we're laying there sound asleep, and all of a sudden the bed just starts shaking, and it's just bouncing like this.
Yep.
And the dogs are just going nuts. And they're like, Judy says, "What in God's name are you doing over there?" I said, "I ain't doing a damn thing but sleeping." She says, and then we heard the kind of boom at the same time. It's like, she said, "What was that?" I said, "Oh crap, that was a earthquake."
Yeah. I heard you guys talking earlier. Said somebody got some more information on this remote ID thing.
Well, yeah, DJI is launching a new app. It's called Phone to Drone, and it's supposed to be the remote ID. Let me see. I sent you an email. Sent you an email.
Okay. Yeah, go check your email, Lloyd.
Yeah. Well, it has all the. I sent him one. That's Mel. He wants to know what he needs.
Okay.
Because the last time he said, "Well, you left me sitting out there and you didn't give me notice." Well, I sent you an email. And in case he's watching.
He gets a little cranky when you send it to him.
Yeah, I left him sitting out there. I had no clue he was there. I've remedied that now. I have the bell turned on. So when somebody comes in, he goes, "Ding dong."
Yeah.
There he is right there.
Oh, there's Mr.
You didn't even have to wait on that, did you?
I've never seen Mel cranky.
You are joking, right?
Well, better late than never, right?
Yeah. Did she get her phone?
Yes.
Okay. That's why I told everybody she drug you out shopping for a phone. It could be all night.
Yeah.
Lucky it wasn't for shoes or something, you know. You wouldn't have made it in.
He wouldn't have gone with her. He was helping her with the phone, but he wasn't going to help her with shoes.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's one thing she's easy about is shoes.
Well, it's like Judy at 4:30 today says, I want you to take me up to the clothes store and do some shopping. I said, I got a show in 2.5 hours. You know, I can't get you loaded up. And actually, it was almost 5. I said, I can't get you loaded up, get you to the store, have you pick stuff out, get you back home and be ready to go, you know, start doing my final stuff by 6 o'clock. You know, I said, just ain't going to happen. So,
yeah.
She says, well, then fix me supper. Okay.
That's a little easier.
I'm in trouble for that one.
So, yeah, I'm sorry, Lloyd, that took way longer than I anticipated, but.
Well, that's okay.
We've got a new app coming out pretty soon from DJI.
Well, tell us about it.
Is that what you want to talk about?
Yeah, that's what I want to talk about. That's why I was waiting on you for, because you'd mentioned the lawn. So that's why I set this up this way, basically. So,
yeah. Well, this new app that DJI is coming out with, they announced it today. It's not available yet. I couldn't find it on the Play Store or on iOS, but it's going to, via Wi-Fi, broadcast who you are, where your drone is, to anybody that knows that they can download this app. So if the general public people find out that this app is available, when you fly your drone, Miss Mary or Mr. Tom or Dick Harry down the road can watch what you're doing with your drone.
Yeah.
And hello, everybody in chat. Sorry, I didn't greet anybody. I just came in and started being rude, I guess. I don't know what I'm doing here.
No, you aren't being rude.
I made quite the comment on DJI's video of the whole thing. There were several comments on there, but the way it is right now is it's not released and it's not usable, but I'm sure that in the near future it may be. And it's not a wonderful alternative to remote ID, but it's not a bad substitute. It'll do everything that law enforcement and first responders need to have in case they arrive on a scene and they see a drone and they need to get the drone away from their critical situation or something. Right. So in that aspect, it's really good, but it does open up a little bit of a privacy issue for the drone pilot, because it will show where the drone pilot is and it'll show where the drone is. So my comment to DJI on their video was this: revealing the location of the pilot to the general public. Asterisk, asterisk, capital letters, really bad idea, DJI. Revealing the location of the drone to the general public. Asterisk, asterisk, really bad idea, DJI. The public has privacy to a degree. Because I'm flying a drone, I don't. Really?
Yeah.
This should also be a solution that is not, and I repeat, this should be a solution that is not DJI proprietary. In other words, an app like this should work for all drones, not just DJI drones. Because as it is with this app, only people flying DJI drones will be subject to being able to be tracked with this app. So my comment was it needs to not be DJI proprietary. It needs to work with all drones and manufacturers. Revealing drone pilot location to first responders, law enforcement, or critical need to know personnel. I'm good with that. But not every Tom, Dick, Harry, or Mary with a smart mobile device. That was my comment on the video.
Well,
and
there's so many ways they could do this without it being,
well, they don't have to reveal the location of the pilot at all. There's no reason to do that.
No.
There's no reason to release it to the general public. The only people that should have access to this information is first responders, law enforcement, or critical personnel.
Yeah. Or FAA.
Well, that's what would be included in the critical personnel.
Yeah.
Joe Schmuck down the street, it doesn't matter. The good thing is because it's Wi-Fi based, only somebody within a couple thousand feet or so will be able to use it, because Wi-Fi is only good for, a Wi-Fi connection like that is only good for 1,000 feet, 2,000 feet.
Yeah. Maybe.
And how accurate will it be? How strong will the connection be?
We've got the technology. Why can they not make a transponder type system that uses a microchip, just like smaller than just one of the little, we can attach strobe lights on our drones. They could make just a microchip, just like they chip the dogs with, but have it work through the onboard antenna system or something like that. Everybody could get one. You go to the FAA, just like they used to do in, say, the World of Warcraft, for example, where you got that registration key, and if you didn't have it, you couldn't get into your game. Well, something that you paid for, that one-time shot, it was for your drone, and the FAA should be the one who should regulate them.
Well, you've already got it. It's already there.
Well, then there's
every single drone made has a serial number. Almost every single drone made has some sort of Wi-Fi connection on it.
Right.
Or with a firmware update, could have a Wi-Fi connection on it. And the Wi-Fi connection can transmit the serial number of the drone. We don't need special chips. We don't need anything special. The equipment already has what it needs.
Right.
And if they want to be able to do a Wi-Fi thing for drones that are near the Capitol building or near critical infrastructure or something like that, then I don't have a problem with my drone broadcasting via Wi-Fi my drone serial number, where people that have the ability and the need and the know-how can go to an FAA website, database, whatever, find my serial number. The police, first responders, critical infrastructure people can track me down and say, okay, this is where he's at. Let's go have a visit with him and find out what he's doing.
Yeah, that goes with one of the arguments I've heard in that, people have said, well, they can see your license plate number. And I think Ken Dono said this in his video, because I watched it this afternoon after you contacted me. Yeah, they can see your license tag number.
But to do anything with it, they
can't do anything with it unless they're in law enforcement or if they have authority to the DMV or whatever.
And even if I see Ron driving down the street in front of me and I write down his license number and I call the police and say, hey, I got this guy's license number and I want to know where he's going and what he's up to, They're going to tell me tough titty, said the kitty, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
And the general public has absolutely no need or right to know my privacy. Period.
Right.
No, you're absolutely right.
You know, one of the things, guys, I'm going to see happening if they implement this is it's going to open things up for Mr. Joe Criminal, because if the general public, I mean, you sit and think about it, it's not hard to figure out. Somebody that sees your drone has that app. They're like, oh, this guy's out flying in front of his house. Well, let's see where he lives and let's watch his patterns. Let's watch when he goes to work. You know, they're going to start being.
That's you know what,
I
that's a good point, but I think it's a weak argument. And the reason I say that is because if someone follows you home from Walmart because they saw you buy a 70-inch TV,
right? They
can watch your patterns and figure out when you're gone, and they can break in and steal your TV. It don't make a shit. This is not. I don't think this is going to contribute to that kind of thing.
No, it won't.
It won't. But it's another argument against using that sort of system, though.
But see, I just broke the argument. No, I mean, and I'm a layman.
No,
you know, good lawyers.
You didn't break the argument. I disagree, because what Ron says,
any Joe Schmuck can follow you and watch you do anything, not just because you have a drone.
But it makes it easier. It gives them one more tool that they have that they didn't have a week ago.
Exactly.
That's his point.
The point I'm trying to make.
It's just another tool. Okay.
That's a possibility. I'll surrender that.
All right. That's all he was trying to say. Yeah.
You guys know I've got a bee in my bonnet about remote ID and some of the stupidity around it. Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Where he hides his hair.
It's kind of on the sides, Art. It's not really on the top.
So I just want to clarify a couple of things. It's not going to be a Wi-Fi connection from your phone to Joe Public or a Wi-Fi connection from the drone to Joe Public. That's not what it's going to be, because you've got other things on your phone and your drone other than this ID, right? So that's a security risk to have Joe Public connecting direct to you. Joe Public is going to use either their own Wi-Fi or their own mobile data to connect to the internet, however they would do that. It's going to do an API call to DJI servers, and they're going to get the data. So I just wanted to clarify that, because there was one piece of info that I wanted to make sure people understand. Wi-Fi is not a limiting factor as to how far away someone can be when they're getting this. Okay, so you don't have to be in Wi-Fi range of the drone to see who it is that's flying the drone. Okay. Second thing is,
as long as you have the app.
As long as you have the app. But I think it's highly likely that DJI will limit access to information that's in your immediate surround based on your location, which is coming from your GPS. But there's another risk with that. That can be fudged, right? There are programs which you can use to fudge GPS, and I can tell my phone that I'm sitting next to Lloyd over there, and then I can find out who's flying next to him. So that's a risk as well.
Yeah.
Then the next risk, right? These calls to the DJI servers, ultimately, they're just API calls. There's no reason why someone couldn't go and create something that pretends to be this app and starts farming and mining data.
Okay. Is somebody going to really take the time to do all that?
Oh, hell yeah.
It'd take about half an hour. It'd take about half an hour.
Yeah, Mel, that's how they do this. That's what these hackers do. This is just another tool for them to use.
I'll even tell you the name of the software. So if you want to do it, as soon as the app comes out, there's a little program called Charles Proxy. It's a HTTPS man-in-the-middle attack proxy software program. You put it on your PC at home. You get your phone to go to that proxy server. You install a certificate from it on your phone, and all of a sudden, every connection in and out of your phone, you've got a copy of it. You can then decode it. And it even gives you the commands to create what's called curl requests so that you can emulate and simulate those calls yourself. And you can just change, for example, the GPS coordinate. I'm now in France. Let's go and find out who's flying near me. So there's a lot of issues with the way this has been built.
Plus,
but let's go one step further.
Okay.
In Australia, we've got legislation which actually makes it unlawful. The Listening Devices Act makes it unlawful to monitor or track a person or individual and their activities, period. There is no exception to that. So it's not currently lawful for this app to be used in Australia. I think there's a good need for something like it.
I think there's stuff like that in the US as well for laws.
Yeah. I think there's a good need for this type of app, but there's no way on this earth that the app should be in the hands of Joe Public, because Joe Public, every time they see a drone, oh, they're spying on me. They're doing this, they're doing that. You know, it's not the right place to put it.
And that's exactly what my comment was to DJI.
Yeah.
Putting that information out to Tom, Dick, and Harry is a bad idea all the way around.
The fact that people are going to quit buying DJI products if they implement this and start buying something else because, hey, DJI's got the spyware in it, you know?
Well, it's already been banned by large parts of the US government, so it must be banned.
And so let's see. Everyone must think that none of the other manufacturers have anything in there that can.
Oh, no, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying
I'm just saying the general
DJI,
public, because everybody's on the China boat with DJI and spying.
Yeah, no, I was referring to this app.
And Parrot and all these other people can't do that already too.
That's not what I was talking about. That had nothing to do with it. What I'm talking about is if DJI makes this app and available public, it's going to hurt your sales because people buy something else that doesn't use this app.
Okay,
can I just add
but
one
not
more
this
thing?
app. I'm just saying. So people buy something else that you're insinuating that those something else's don't have spying going on already.
That's not my point. My point is they don't have an app that's sellable to the public.
Okay, well,
at the moment, that was my point, Mel.
So let's just keep it simple. The app should not be manufactured, distributed, or provided by DJI. End of discussion. It should be provided by a local regulator, the FAA or CASA or whoever. They should be providing it, no one else.
Exactly. And it should be non-proprietary to any one manufacturer.
Right.
Yeah. And
I agree with that 100%.
Yeah. And just one more thing, just out of interest, Mel, while it is possible that other people are doing bad things too, the fact remains that DJI got caught with their hands in the cookie jar back in the early days of reverse engineering their app. We saw them sending stuff to China.
I don't deny that one little bit. I'm just saying that DJI is probably not the only one doing it.
Oh, well, yeah. But here's the other thing I wanted to bring up, because I think it was on your show Friday. We showed, or maybe it was on Ken's show, we showed the laser gun. He showed the laser gun shooting all those DJI drones out of the air. You know, the military.
I think that was on Ken's show. Yeah,
it was.
Well, you know where they got those from, right?
The lasers?
No, the drones. They were all DJI drones. All of those from the Department of Interior that have been grounded. They had a crap load of drones they didn't know what to do with. Target practice.
Art, you'll ruin your camera.
Oh.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
Even your webcam has a sensor in it, Art.
But
I don't know if it'll hurt it or not. People say it will.
What's that?
Shining a laser into your camera sensor.
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
Well, it's not going to be healthy for it.
It certainly
going to
can't
make
be
it
good
look
for it.
better.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
So is this app going to be optional when it does come out? Is it going to be a mandatory thing?
It's not going to be mandatory that every Tom, Dick, and Harry get it.
Hang on, pause. The app we're talking about is the consumer side app or the drone side app?
This one that we're
talking about the consumer side. The
Right. So in consumers,
phone to drone app.
Yeah. So we're talking about the Joe Public app or the drone user app?
No, the Joe Public app, the phone to drone app that allows.
So it's not mandatory
Public.
it's not mandatory for every person in the world to have a copy of the app, but they certainly can if they want to. Every flyer, on the other hand, every flyer
will probably have it.
They don't have to have it.
No, but they
just
probably
fly
will
with
just
their
because.
existing. They fly with their existing app, and their existing app is going to tell everyone, like it does now, where they are.
True.
Oh, so we wouldn't have to download it ourselves. It's automatically going to be sending out our signal, whether we like it or not.
Yep.
This phone to drone app that DJI announced today is an app that Joe Public can get and download.
This does not require a DJI app. I may be flying this one a lot.
I think I need to go back to Kmart and get the same as the one I got when I first started.
Yeah. SEMA 5s, you know, can't beat them.
And
Ron shaking his head.
that's the thing. Those were Wi-Fi drones, were they not?
Yeah.
Then this app will be able to scan for Wi-Fi signals, and it'll find that drone too, probably.
Pause. Think about that for a minute. Wi-Fi packets need an SSID and a encryption key.
Right.
You can't get data out of Wi-Fi.
Well, then how's this app even going to work? How is this phone to drone app that DJI announced today that Mary down the street can download on her phone and open the app and find your drone and find your location?
Okay. Your existing DJI Go 4 today is already transmitting to China. It's already got your coordinates. The phone to drone app is not going to go phone to drone. It's going to go phone to China to get the information about the drones that are near you. Because think about this, Mel. Think about this.
Right.
What Lightbridge and OcuSync, if we just use those two protocols for a minute, neither of them are Wi-Fi, and no phone is capable of decoding the information from Lightbridge or OcuSync.
Right.
Right? Now, the actual phone, again, I said it before, no one's going to connect to my phone's Wi-Fi ever.
Right.
Because as soon as they connect to my Wi-Fi, what else are they getting? Everything else that's on my phone. They've got IP connectivity to my phone. It's the same as me saying, I'm going to go into an internet cafe at Starbucks and I'm going to accept the risk of another user hacking my phone. But if DJI is going to mandate that risk for me, you think that's going to go down well? You can't, they will not under any circumstances let people log into a local Wi-Fi access point.
That makes sense.
They're going to be transmitting the data back to their servers. To be fair, I don't know if they're in China. They may be in China. They may be in the US. They're going to be somewhere.
Whatever the servers are that app connects to, yeah.
Yeah, so that app is going to connect to the servers, not to your drone. And someone else that's running a SEMA or a Kmart special that's got Wi-Fi, no, the app is not going to go and get information from that. Because it's talking to a server in China.
Yeah,
right.
The key word here is phone to drone. And the fact is I will have an app on my phone that is the DJI search app, let's call it, privacy app or whatever you want to call it. That has nothing to do with me having a drone, but your drone through its Go 4 app is sending a signal, an ID, back to DJI or one of their subsidiaries in the States here, whatever. They're sending that ID information back, okay? Then, and it had nothing to do with my phone or using my phone or Lightbridge or anything. It just has to do, it's sending the signal to DJI. Then let's say, Mel, you're flying, all right? And I want to see where you're at today. So I punch in I start that app, not a Go 4, not anything, just the phone to drone app. And I can see where your drone's at. And I don't have to be anywhere near you because you're sending information to a holding facility, a holding server, and I'm sending information and a request to a holding server to get that information back.
So
that's how that works.
So if you're sitting at your house in Oklahoma and I'm sitting at my house in Australia, how are you going to find my drone?
Very simple.
If I know roughly
app
where you
does
are,
it.
If I know roughly where you are, I'll spoof my GPS and tell the app that
Okay,
I'm.
Greg, but you're a hacker though.
I
mean, that's what you do, but I mean,
there are programs available that do this off the shelf. You don't have to be a hacker.
I understand that, but my argument is the general public.
No.
Joe Q public that doesn't know anything about all these extra programs that you can get to do things with. That's the people I'm talking about.
Okay, so Joe Q Public is going to, the app is going to limit what Joe Q Public can see based on, I don't know, 5 kilometers radius from where they are, from where their GPS reports. So me in Australia, I won't be able to see you. But again, if I wanted to abuse the system, that's trivial with a second app which spoofs the GPS, and then I can tell it that I'm over here in wherever the Mel is, and I can find out who's flying.
Right.
But let's say I'm driving through Fort Smith, you know, on my way to Little Rock for some reason. Why I'd go there, I don't know. But anyways, I'm on my way through Fort Smith and I fire up the app on my phone. Yeah, Mel's flying over there in the park. I'm just going to swing over there and fly with him because I've got that app.
But
that's the way it would work.
But see, this is the thing is, based on the information in the video, okay, it's not going to tell the person who you are. It's just going to tell them where you are. If I remember the video correctly.
Correct.
Yeah.
So
you don't know who, you just know someone.
You just know someone's flying a drone. So
yeah, I can go over there and see if they want me to fly with them.
But I
They're
still
gonna shoot at me and tell me to get the hell out.
I still say that this app should, in fact, we shouldn't even, in my opinion, shouldn't even be having this discussion about this app, because it should be a government level secret thing that only the government knows about.
Yeah.
Right?
It should be, but it's not.
Because first responders and law enforcement are the type of people, critical people are the only people that really need this information.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's true.
Wouldn't we agree on that?
But then let's go one step further. Let's talk about this again, right? Yeah. So we've already spoken about how remote ID can be spoofed, right? There's a guy who has created what he calls a throwie. Have you guys heard of the term of a throwie? Let me see if I got one.
No.
Let me go and get one. Hang on a sec. I'll be back.
While you do that, I'm going to grab a coffee because I made coffee when we got home, but I didn't have time to get any.
Hey, Lloyd.
Hey, Ron, you want a coffee while I'm gone?
Yeah, sure. Grab me a coffee.
Yeah.
Hey, Lloyd. I was just thinking, if they make this app mandatory, just be sure to take Judy with you when you go fly, and bring her new birthday present with you.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, I'll make sure. To be honest with you, I don't leave this house without mine. So.
Well, you can fly and she can shoot, you know. Yeah,
that's it. Yeah, she can shoot with hers.
There we go.
People familiar with these?
Oh, that's a what do they call it? The Raspberry Pi?
Raspberry Pi, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the size of a packet of cigarettes and cheap. So I would call it disposable. Chuck a battery in there. Chuck it in a trash can outside close to the White House lawn or something like that. And it's got built-in Wi-Fi. It's able to transmit. It's able to transmit a drone flying over the White House. I've got to take a phone call. I'll be back.
Oh, it's probably Lloyd. Lloyd's calling.
No, it's not me. I'm sitting here trying to.
Mel. Yeah, look at that smile on Mel's face.
Nope. Not me. My hands are free. Oh, Ron?
Yes.
You changed your mind when I was pouring the coffee, so I didn't bring one.
Oh, okay. Actually, I just had one.
Just thought I'd let you know. Yeah.
Ken Cardoso says, "There's the White House calling, Greg."
Yeah, right.
He talked
Yeah.
about putting that outside the White House, and they're calling saying, "You're doing what?" Full disclaimer: he's in Australia. We don't know who he is.
That'd be
Yeah,
funny if
just
you
met
see-
him.
It'd be funny if you saw everybody at the White House in the next 24 hours going through garbage cans.
Yeah. China calling, right?
Yeah, China
Yeah.
calling.
And
Yeah.
Lloyd, I didn't offer you a coffee because I know usually you drink tea at this time of night. So.
Well, believe it or not, I actually had coffee earlier.
Oh, did you
'cause-
really?
Yeah, I did. I had coffee, but I'm drinking Pepsi now. I've switched over.
Well, hell, you had me fooled all the way around then.
Yeah, because my coffee ran out. Jim Hightower, you're still in here. I want to thank Jim again for this, because this is the mug that he had made for me a couple years ago. And it's the only Grumpy Vlogger mug I've got now, because I broke my official branded Grumpy Vlogger. Yeah, I knocked it off. It did do what yours did though, Mel. It bounced.
The first
And
time?
then, yeah, the first time it bounced, and then it went back. It bounced pretty good, and then when it went back down, it actually only broken. Yeah, I do have a lot watching tonight. Southwest Drones. Let me see if I can do this again.
Yeah.
Go through one more time, participants. Back from the Sky, Bob Casey, Drone Shots, Gianni G, Help at Home, Cardosa, Matt North. He's up late. No, it's daytime. Never mind.
Yeah, it's morning for him.
Yeah, it's morning for them. Yeah. And we got Ray Kelly, Ron Lockwood, Rick Halber. Oh, Ron, you're in here. Never mind. And Tater Rogers, Steve Mack. You know, that participant thing doesn't work if not every. I do have a lot here. Steve Carpenter, Help at Home Jim.
You know to click on the three dots, right?
Yeah, I clicked on the three dots.
Oh, okay.
And
I wouldn't do
there
this
it
for
is.
many people, but for you, Lloyd, I would.
What's that?
I happen to have a pristine Grumpy Blogger mug.
Well, you just keep that one, Mel.
Okay, I was going to say, if you needed one, I would send it
I know
to
where
you.
I know where the store's at. I just haven't ordered another one. Yeah.
I had to do that. I had to.
Yeah. We can't hear you. Are you muted?
I think he's still,
he's still on
muted.
the
He's
phone
on
call?
The phone, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll just talk amongst ourselves while he's
Yeah.
taking care of important stuff.
You don't
So-
look nervous, so it must not be the White House.
Yeah. He doesn't look nervous at all.
I don't think he'd look nervous even then. Greg's a cool
Yeah.
cat, man.
Yeah. He just.
Brand new LG phone, Lloyd,
Oh,
for free.
for free.
100% free.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Who'd you take out? I'm just
Metro PCS is now owned by T-Mobile.
Right. Yeah. I thought they
And
were.
She had, I didn't know they took them over, but apparently it's not been too long because the store still had the signs in the windows.
Right.
Metro PCS now by T-Mobile, you know. So they let her, she had a Straight Talk phone from Walmart.
Right.
They let her migrate her phone number over and get a phone
Mhm.
for free. And they had the deal going, get one, get two. So
Oh, cool.
my 866 phone number that was costing me a month
Yeah,
for Grasshopper,
Right.
is going to be now a new phone number, and it's going to be on this phone. So now 400 AGL, Tennessee Valley Aerial Imaging, blah, 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 has its own phone now
Oh,
Nice.
for
okay.
free. So
Okay.
For free. Cool.
welcome back, Greg.
Sorry about that. Did you get the idea of what I was kind of saying though?
Well,
Yeah.
we started to until the White House called you because you talked about putting something on the
That
White
was-
House lawn.
That was Sutherland Shire Council that called me because I did a Freedom of Information request because they've been doing some unlawful things in banning drones in a place close to me. So I'm following them up and stitching them up. But that's another story.
That's for your show on Friday.
They're going to give me the request by Friday, so maybe not this week. But this thing, White House lawn, chuck it in a bin nearby or some other kind of place and get it to pretend to be
It's his idea, folks. Nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
Full disclaimer.
You get it to pretend to be a drone. You get it to pretend to be a drone. It'll emit signals that look exactly like a DJI drone. You can't tell the difference between them. And guess what? You can get it to draw pictures too. Now, I'll ask you to be very imaginative. Some people may have seen on Flight Radar 24. Just imagine this right now. They're drawing a picture with a vertical line, a semicircle, and another vertical line.
Yeah.
And then two little loop-de-loops at the bottom.
You can have some loop-de-loops. Now, you can imagine that as a flight path being drawn over the top of the White House. That would be interesting. The fact is, someone has already written the code to do it. This exists.
Oh, my God.
Oh, geez.
Code that you can load on this box already exists to spoof a DJI drone. The biggest problem we have, forget about this remote ID stuff in this app. That's child's play. What's missing is the fact that you can't prove that
this stuff in the chats, you're going nuts.
Oh, I'm sure it is. The fact is, you cannot prove that any drone ID signal is accurate. Why? Because it's not signed. What needs to happen is the FAA need to start issuing digital certificates that can't be spoofed, that the holder of that certificate is responsible for loading in their device and their device only. And as soon as they do that, then the messages coming from these things are signed. And if they're signed, you can't spoof them. And it's rather funny that I'm using the word spoof in this context, but anyway.
It really is. You're just...
You guys get what I'm saying, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, I'll go throw that in a bin somewhere.
Yeah, there
you go.
I'm coming.
Well,
I like that. Help at home, Jim. I loved his comment, Lloyd.
About, grumpy vlogger arrested for threatening White House News at 11.
Yeah.
News at 11.
Where's Curtis Dart when we need him? You know,
exactly. Same thought crossed my mind.
Curtis is the one who does graphics, isn't that him?
Mm-hmm.
No. Yep. Yeah, Curtis is the one that does graphics. Yeah,
he can draw the imaginary pictures on the screen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I actually talked with him today. We talked for about 20-30 minutes over some graphics. So, but yeah, he does some good graphics. But
he does some amazing graphics.
Yeah, he does. Yeah. Oh man. Well, it was an interesting show. Kind of went off the hinges a little bit. Full disclosure, I may be running for president, but I'm not going to spoof anything outside the White House.
No,
you'll be the spoof inside the White House.
Be my luck, I'll get elected, and that's when those things will start showing up in the numbers.
Hey, but you know what? You'll accept it though, because you're a droner.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I'm a droning vlogger.
Damn, I almost got you to admit it.
You almost got me to admit it. I'm a droning vlogger.
If any of these people get caught.
Yeah, you drone on long enough.
Yeah. These people get
drone on long enough. Ooh.
Oh,
where's the sound effect? Bing. Yeah.
Yeah, where's that Benny Hill music?
Oh my God.
When they
so anyway,
your mother's a hamster and your father smelt the elderberries.
I'm sorry, Ron. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, when these people get caught and they're going to say, "Where did you learn this, sir?" On the Grumpy Vlogger Show.
Yeah, there was this guy.
'cause about half them guys were sitting there, and they're going to be replaying it 2 or 3 times. Just now, what was the name of that program?
Yeah,
Let's see.
who's that guy, Greg?
I wonder how you spell
okay,
that.
he's the one that, okay.
How do we get a hold of this guy with the bee in his bonnet?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's
He's
fun.
got a bee in his bonnet. Where would you put that, Greg? You have nothing up there to put the bee.
That's why I said it's kind of on the sides. I tried to give him a little bit of help there.
Anyway.
Man.
I
Okay.
just can't believe that DJI is that brain dead that they haven't actually seen the solution to this.
Right.
The solution is really, really so simple. Make it the regulator's problem. Tell the regulator, you issue the certificate, we'll put it into the bird, and it's going to transmit messages that cannot be falsified or forged.
Right.
What a novel concept.
If it's a digital signature with encryption on it, I don't have a problem with it. You know?
Yeah, my biggest, I don't care how they do it. And on Ken's video, I made a comment about something about, it's coming, sooner or later. And the guy replied back to me, don't just accept that remote ID is coming. And it's like, okay, dude, you need to get out from under the rock because it is coming in some form or another. Maybe not today or tomorrow, but it will be here.
Yeah, it's what
Let's
we're hoping.
not use those words, though, Mel, in the context of the earlier.
Falling out from under the rock.
I'll just stop there. I don't want to go any further. I got him. He only just worked it out.
I rolled too far and knocked over camera 2.
Yeah, we saw something drop down into
Uh,
Yeah, that would be camera 2. It's on a mic stand over there against the wall.
Oh, okay. So, well, we covered everything I wanted to cover tonight, and you and I talked about Mel, and
we got things fired up, and we got things lapping, and we had a good time. I'm happy with it. I stirred the pot just enough.
Yeah, there is one other thing I want to talk about. I mentioned on your show last night, and here is the link to that. This is a friend of mine from the flight sim world, retired Navy. He was a combat search air rescue, and 22 years in the service. His wife was diagnosed with stage 4 pancreatic cancer. She just had a pretty bad heart attack, and they put in 4 stents. She's still trying to fight it, but the chances of her, it's not that good. But where's it GoFundMe for me? But what it is her family is from Louisiana, and they were bayou crawfishermen. That's her dad actually died falling out of the boat while he was fishing. And they found him 2 days later. So he did, and he was in his 80s. He was still out fishing the bayou. Wow. And that's how they made their living. So, but she knows she's going to die, and the probability is there.
Yeah.
And all they're asking for is if you can't afford anything, and I understand you guys, it's we hear this all the time, but if you could share that link, I would appreciate it, because what he's trying to do is, her last wish is just to be buried in her family plot in Louisiana, and he lives in Texas. So everything, and he's one of these guys, he expected to die first. His health wasn't that good. He expected to die first. So he's, insured out the wazoo. He didn't have her insured because he wanted to leave her comfortable, but he didn't think about her dying first. And so everything said and done, from house house to graveyard, from his place to the graveyard, and all of everything, and that's going with a cheap funeral, is going to cost 14 grand. So, you know, I tell you what, and I meant to bring I had a piece of paper that told exactly where it was in Louisiana she wants to be buried. But anyways, it's like they charge $350 to dig the grave. You know, the grave's free, but it costs $350 to dig it. It costs $450 to rent the backhoe to dig it. Now, why the hell would you charge both? I mean, you rent the backhoe, it should. What are you going to do? Just spend $450 and just let it sit there? That to me is asinine. But that's the way some of these places are, you know. And
I think Tater could probably go down there and dig it for free.
Probably. Yeah, he's closer. Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways,
some of
good
his
night,
Bill boys.
Southwest Drones.
Hey guys, I got a job for it. Come on out. Let's help out this guy.
You know, but
Lloyd,
it's just the fact. Yeah.
You're always digging yourself in holes pretty much. I reckon you could do it.
I am. I do it all the time. But anyways,
I thought he was going to say that to me.
Well, you do that too. But that's the GoFundMe for Tammy Albright. That's her name, and his name is Tony. And you know, if you can't afford to give, just say a prayer for him. You know, that's what he asked. I talked to him the other night, and he said, if you can't afford to give, I understand, but you know, spread the word. You know, send that out, because you know, the more people that know about it, the more that'll get closer to that goal. So, anyways, but guys, I think I'm going to wrap it up because we've gone on. I knew we were going to go a little long tonight, and we've gone on about an hour and 23 minutes. So
it was interesting.
Yeah,
it's been a fun show.
Yeah.
Well, it was probably fun till I got here.
No, it's fun after you got here too.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Especially after you digging yourself into a hole, and you know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know, I just like to try to play devil's advocate sometimes. I like to stir
You
the
do
pot
that well.
once in a while.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
you know that.
You're good at that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do it on your show, so why shouldn't you do it on mine, right?
Well, isn't that what we told each other when we started this together?
Exactly.
We said we'd play each other's evil twin or some nonsense.
Yeah. That's when we
I mean, that was the agreement we made when we started doing this. What? Lloyd saw a squirrel. Everybody looked out.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. Well, Mitch put up says, I'm confused. That's okay, Mitch. So am I. Especially with that comment. Did I miss something earlier? But anyways. Yeah.
Well, Lloyd, thank you for having me in.
Yeah.
And,
well, it was always good to have you in, Ron. And I will update you and let you know what his X-rays show.
Yeah, please.
I think hopefully Wednesday I'm going to get them done. So.
Okay.
And but.
And you'll let Jackie know as well.
I will let her know. Yeah. Or you can let her know.
Yeah.
But I'll let her know that I'm going to try and get him in Wednesday. I got to get up early in the morning. They're getting my new lowers in. So I got to go get those checked out tomorrow. And then in the afternoon, I got to take Judy up to the doctor for her regular doctor's appointment and see if we can find a better oncologist, because she doesn't like the twit that we got now. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I like the Australian guy, but the gal from Vietnam just isn't working for us.
Uh-oh. And I've got a little tidbit of news.
Oh, what's that?
Okay.
I had today off, unfortunately, so I spent the day cramming. Tomorrow at 10 a.m., I'll be taking my renewal for my 107. So everybody cross your fingers for me. I've scored 95 or better on every practice test, so I think I'll be okay. But you know how it is. You're always...
That sounds like a 72.
Yeah, right. But all
Yeah.
you need
Well,
is
good luck,
70 to
Mel.
pass. So I'm hoping that
Yeah.
I'll make it.
All
I
right. Well,
thought
good
they
luck.
raised that to 72.
I feel pretty good about it.
Well,
Oh, good.
I think you'll make it.
Good
but-
luck, Mel.
Yep. And guys, I'm going to, let's see if I can figure out where it's at. I'm going to go ahead and start the timer and put that on full screen. And everyone, thanks for everybody who came out. And thank you guys for joining the in on the panel. And we had a good discussion today. So,
Well, thank you for letting me come in late. I appreciate it.
you know, it wasn't the same without you, Mel. So. And Greg,
nobody can piss you off like I can.
Well, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
That's why we work so well together, because we know each other's buttons.
And then I came in and pushed the other buttons.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
And
Okay.
and now there's Wi-Fi devices headed for Washington D.C.
They're coming from Australia,
Right
down there, right down there. They're coming
Yeah.
from Australia.
Yeah.
Yeah, Greg, good luck on your next flight to the States.
Talking about body cavity search.
Yeah.
Isn't that why people come to the US anyway? You know it's coming.
I found a
Passport
pie in this
denial.
guy's butt.
Okay. All right.
I'm out. Thank you,
All right.
Lloyd.
Okay.
Good night, everybody.
Catch y'all later.
Good night,
All right.
everybody.
Greg, always a pleasure. Lloyd, thank you. Have a good evening.
Oh, yeah. Thank you for giving your wonderful words of wisdom that you always do.
Mm.
And I'm going to put this on, and let's see if I can do this. And
All right.
let's see.
Good night, everybody.
In that video.
See you, Art. Greg, take care.
Greg.
And I'm going to I'm going to mute everybody now. Oh, there went Art.
Well, I'm known as the grumpy blogger. I'll gripe and complain longer. Please do me the adieu and kindly view me on YouTube.
Okay. Well, that was a very good show tonight. I want to thank my guests and I want to thank everybody who watched. And remember, as I always say, be nice to each other, treat each other the way you want to be treated. And thanks again for watching my live show tonight. I had a great time. Thanks to everyone. And don't forget Tony and Tammy Albright in your prayers, or if you can afford, give something. That's fine too. But anyways, guys, as I always say, I'm out of here. Bye-bye for now.